What is going on, guys, and welcome your lovely face back to another video. And holy Fiji Mowgli, man. And I know you guys are probably thinking, what on earth did this guy just say? What is holy Fiji Mowgli? Well, Fiji Mowgli is now a word I'm gonna start using, and it basically means like when you're really hyped up for something and you can't describe your hype. So you can use the word Fiji Mowgli in any sentence, and from this day onwards it is gonna make sense, okay? So hashtag holy Fiji Mowgli in the comment section below. But ladies and gentlemen, continuing on into this, what is going to be, should I say, an awesome video, we have some news about Just Cause 4. Like, it's the first ever kind of like official information on what we can go off on for this game. So that being said, guys, if you could smack 300 likes on this video in under 24 hours, because this might just be the beginning of the official Just Cause 4 hype train, that would be absolutely incredible. And of course, leave your overall thoughts and opinions and ideas on this in the comment section below. But let's just jump straight into the information that we do have. So it is coming from IGN, should I say the more official people, Avalanche Studios. Now, Avalanche Studios are the people behind the Just Cause series. These are like the, I guess you could say these are the people like the face of the Just Cause series. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal if you know what I mean for the Just Cause series. But going back to what it said on IGN, okay, how this all information came along, it was first of all pointed out by a NeoGAF user, and apparently he is a job listing spotter supreme, so IGN have given him the name. But anyway, he noticed that there was listings for first of all a technical director and secondly a senior multiplayer programmer at the developer's Stockholm studio, both reference working on the studio's next, and I quote, open world / sandbox multiplayer engine. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is absolutely incredible, because when you go to the Avalanche Studios main website and you go down to their careers, you guys can see on screen right now there are a load of jobs going from tech to art to management, but our main focus right now is the tech and art. So first of all, under tech you guys can see UI programmer, AAA title, then you got the gameplay programmer, character programmer, and of course a senior multiplayer programmer. And then moving on to art, you even have a UI artist for the AAA title, and hey ho, the list just goes on. Alright, technical director for multiplayer, it's gonna be absolutely insane. Now, the reason I do say this without a doubt that what we have right here is Just Cause 4 in the making. Now, what really convinces me that it is Just Cause 4 is simply the words open world, sandbox, multiplayer, and just a AAA title game. All those words is what literally make me think Just Cause 4. And I know some people might be thinking, well, it could be Mad Max, because that's a pretty big game for Avalanche Studios, etc., and it's done by the same people. And hey, you could be right, but the reason I'm gonna say you're not right in this situation is because of the word sandbox game. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Mad Max is not a sandbox game, okay? All I know is Just Cause 3 and the Just Cause series is an open world sandbox game. Now, that said, just to give you guys who are still a little bit confused a better perspective on what sandbox actually is, I got this quote, okay, from Google, so I'm gonna read it out. A sandbox is a style of game in which minimal character limitations are placed on the gamer, allowing the gamer to roam and change a virtual world at will. In contrast to a progression style game, a sandbox game emphasizes roaming and allows a gamer to select tasks. So of course, me just saying that literally describes Just Cause 3 alongside the rest of the games in a nutshell, and that is exactly what Avalanche are saying. And hey, they're looking for a multiplayer programmer and a technical director for multiplayer. And this leads me on to the second thing, because Just Cause 3 was probably the most, I guess you could say, game that was highly demanded to have multiplayer when the game was out and even before the game was out. And now that of course we do have a Just Cause 3 multiplayer mod, even though unfortunately it is for the PC and unfortunately console players can't access it, that being said, they have seen how successful that has been, because it's got like over 100,000 downloads. And bear in mind, this is only PC. Imagine if this was on console, how much more people would be playing this, of course, because it would be implemented into the game. Now, it's not the first game that has had the multiplayer mod. Just Cause 2 had the multiplayer mod, and it was really successful back then, so that's why a lot of people were confused as to why Just Cause 3 didn't have multiplayer. But I mean, if you take a look at all the games right now in this day and age, every single open world game, at least majority anyway, do have multiplayer, and look how successful Just Cause 3 was without multiplayer, and now look how successful it's still kind of like continuing on with to have multiplayer. So instantly, when you combine those two, they have probably seen the light that they need Just Cause 4 to have multiplayer, and that is what they are looking for. But right now, this is the only information that we can go off on, which is more official, but I'm still going to be keeping an eye out and everything like that. This is going to be your hashtag #1 source. But guys, if I am not mistaken, we are definitely on to Just Cause 4. And another really interesting thing I should actually point out, which I forgot to say a couple of seconds ago, is that they did mention that they are working on a game for current gen consoles and next gen consoles. So that being said, what I'm kind of thinking right now, what they're going to do is they're going to have Just Cause 4 release on current gen consoles, so of course your PlayStation 4 and your Xbox One, but at the same time they're still going to be making the game better and better, and I guess you could say making things to the game that they can't actually do right now until like the next gen consoles have been announced. But they're kind of like working towards all that sort of stuff, but they want to make sure that this game right now comes out on the current gen consoles, and then bang, when like PlayStation 5 comes out and Xbox whatever it's gonna be called, basically that is where they're then gonna push like a remastered version, I guess you could say. That is the mindset I have, and a good example of a game that done that, of course, is GTA 5, released on the PlayStation 3 and of course Xbox 360, and then got 100 times bigger, of course, on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, because they were able to get like crazy levels with graphical wise and all that, and just I guess like allow more things to take place in the game on what they didn't have access to on the last gen consoles. So that is personally what I can see happening, because when it could be like the first ever open world sandbox game that is going to be a big hit for the PlayStation 5 and all that sort of stuff. But right now, as far as next gen consoles goes, we have no idea what is going on with that sort of stuff. But hey, I'm still happy to know that they're working on a game for current gen consoles, okay? Because if they were just working on it for next gen consoles, hey, we don't know how long we're gonna have to wait. But the fact that they're still working on it for like current gen consoles makes me really excited to see what we can actually receive. And I'm guessing maybe, I guess next year around E3 time could be the time where we're gonna get some sort of official announcement of Just Cause 4 in terms of like maybe leaked screenshots or actual official screenshots, or maybe even a trailer. I have no idea, but it's coming up to what, like 2 years since Just Cause 3 was out, so it has definitely given them a load of room. So that being said, it'd move on to like 3 or 4 years even when the game is going to be released, which kind of like fits in really perfect with how their schedule is going in terms of like previous releases with the Just Cause series. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really hyped up. It's kind of like the official information, like I said, on what we can go off now. So hey, the hype train has begun, but I want you guys to get in the comment section below and let me know what your opinions are on this. Do you flat out think it is Just Cause 4, or do you think it's not going to be Just Cause 4? Like I said, there's so much more information on what is surrounding all this, on what leads it to be Just Cause 4, rather than another AAA title like Mad Max or whatever they're cooking up. It's definitely, in my opinion, Just Cause 4, but everyone have a discussion in the comment section below. But that is going to wrap up this video. Like I said, if you enjoyed it, smack a like, subscribe for more awesome content, and if you missed any of the previous videos that I did upload, you guys can check them out. The links are in the description below. Of course, we do have the Just Cause 4 show as well, which is a series, which if you don't tune into, by the way, where we just share all our ideas on what we would like to see in Just Cause 4, with the hope that some of those features will be added into the game. So like I said, there's a full playlist in the description below for that stuff. But that's gonna wrap up this one, so thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys have yourselves a ridiculously awesome day, but until the next one, guys, adios amigos.